Hello friends, today we will see how we can integrate newly built firewall into our smart dashboard so that we can manage the firewall, we can put policy through a smart console dashboard. So let's start. First of all, we will log in to our VMware. From there we will switch on power on our internal PC, firewall and management gateway. So this is my VMware setup. So we will use this PC1 as an internal LAN machine, and this TGB5WA is our firewall, and MGMT R81.1 is our management gateway. Before we proceed to login, just let me show you again our LAN setup. This is our LAN setup. We have already built this management server. The IP is 10.0.0.5. The internal PC, the LAN PC1 is IP having 10.0.0.10, and these are connected virtually via switch, or you can say it's a VNet 2, and then we have built this firewall FWA which is having one interface IP as 10.0.0.1. So what we will do, we will log into this PC, then from this PC we will open a smart console, and we will take we will see management server, and on the same smart console we will add this firewall. We will onboard this firewall so that we can start managing this firewall via the console from the PC1. So let's jump there. You can see now I am on, this is my PC1. You can see the internal PC. This is firewall, and the third tab you can see this is our management gateway. Let me log in and show you the host name. You can see. So now we need to go to the PC, and from there we will open our smart dashboard, smart console, you can say smart dashboard, anything. So this is my smart console. Let me try password. Why the admin and this IP is there? Because in our previous video we used the same smart console with same IP. That's why it's captured this as a cache memory. So you need to give the password, or if you have changed make many changes in their IP, you can provide the new IP of the management server here. After giving password, just click on login. So it's loading. So what we will do parallelly on this PC, we will set our default gateway as this VIP, which is not configured anywhere, so that, or we can put directly the gateway of this interface, firewall interface, so that any traffic from this PC towards any other VLAN will pass via this firewall only. But to communicate internally, it will not hit the firewall. So on this PC, the address would be currently 10.0.0.1. Now you can see we are already in onto this smart console. This is our management interface IP, which is you can see here. You can see this. Let me show you. So this is the management 10.0.0.5. This is PC. Just open the command prompt. ipconfig. This is 10.0.0.10. You can see that. Let me set it here and make it here. So if you see this 10.0.0.10 is my PC, 10.0.0.5 this management, and this is firewall which is not there. So we need to onboard this firewall onto the smart dashboard, or you can say smart console. The gateway is set as 10.0.0.1, which is IP of ETH0 of this firewall, right? So let me show you the host name. I have the host name as LAN PC1, so that you can see LAN PC1. You can set any name, but just for us, we have given PC1. Now before adding in onboarding firewall into this, you can see there we have multiple tabs, gateways and servers, security policy. This security policy is we need to define, if we have multiple firewalls, then we can define policies for different firewalls based on this requirement. So in this you can see the gateway security policy tab here, and then we have log and monitors, and then management setting. So here we can define this different type of rules. You can say policies or ACLs, whatever, but in checkpoint we used to say policy or rules. Then logs and monitor, from where you can see different types of logs and do the monitoring. We will capture a detailed video on this smart console of tabs, different tabs. So let's go and directly move to the addition of the gateway. So click here. Here you can see three dots at the top. You need to click on that, go to new and gateway. Why are we choosing gateway? Because this is a single firewall. We are not going to create as a cluster. So once we have two firewalls, then we will go with the cluster options also. So here, just click on gateway. This will give you option where you can go with wizard mode or classic mode. You can click on wizard mode. Now it's asking for the gateway name. You can put the gateway name, IP. You can give the IP of the gateway, which is in our case 10.0.0.1. Next. Sorry. Oh, we need to see the platform, because this is based on VM. You can put as others or open server. Let's put as open server. Next. So the next page is for the trust communication. If you remember, we have given a password, one-time password, while doing the first time configuration wizard for this firewall. This should be the same password. So let me give that. This is known as SIG communication or SIG password. Next, what will do? This will initiate a trust between the management server and the firewall. If there is any issue between this trust establishment, then you are not able to manage this firewall via this management server. This will take 1 or 2 minutes, and this RET1 is little bit slow because of this. Now you can see it's saying get topology result. It means we are able to reach this firewall, and it's trying to fetch the topology detail. As of now, we have configured only one firewall interface, that is ETS0. Even we have three interface, but the configuration is only for one interface. That's why it's able to recognize this interface. So we'll say yes, close this, and just wait. It will give you final page. You can see gateway name TGB FWA, IP this, platform this, SIG is trust established. NAT status is disabled. Active blades on the firewall is, or this node is firewall and the NAT. NAT is not a blade, you can say, but it's a feature. But yes, it's active. Now click on finish. So it will generate a signature key, and that will be stored in this management server. Now you can see after that, we by default it's open this gateway general property of the firewall. See the similar things. You can see the firewall name, IP address, secure internal communication trust established. If you go and click on this communication tab, you will able to see all this. This is disabled and the status is trust established. So if you have any problem with this trust or SIG, you can test the SIG status, or you can do the reset. If you see this test with SIG status, click on that. It will show the SIG status for this is executing. It means there is a communication established between this management server and this firewall, and we are good to go with this further configuration of this firewall, like doing policy, making any changes on this firewall via this management server. So everything is good to go. So let's close this, cancel it. Here The active blades firewall is active. These are IPsec VPN, mobile access, application control. There are different blades which is there with this version of the firewall. But as of now, the firewall is only active. You can go and custom threads. You can enable or disable any things. This is management, but we are using a separate management server. So that's why, but the feature is inbuilt, but the blade is not active. You can click here. If you go to this network management tab, you will see the interfaces detail here. You can see as of now it's only ETH1, right? But we have three more ETHs. So we will do this basic configuration of this firewall either via login to the browser or via CLI, and then we will try to fetch get interface from here. If you see this get interface with topology, without topology, what it will do, it will to fetch all the interfaces detail from the firewall and it here. As of now, it's only one firewall, so we will leave this. So there are different options you can see, like system backup, VPN, proxy, NATing, platforms, logs, fetch policies, everything. You can go one by one, or we will have a detailed session on this. So currently, just click OK, and then you can see here at the top, you can see numbers. There is a yellow icon which says 6. And as of now, we have 6 unpublished changes. Now it's 7 unpublished changes. What do you mean by unpublished changes? It means if making any changes or if any changes has been done for this dashboard, that is not going to be effective until unless you will going to publish this. So let's do a publish. Click on publish. It will ask the session name and description. What it does means who has made these changes and what is the purpose of this change. You can put it here so that if any other admin or any other users want to see what all changes has been done and by whom, that is for this purpose. So it is like moreover like a capturing the changes and making a record. So click on publish. So if you see this is published now, there is no unpublished changes. Whatever we have done, it's already published. But if you go and check the status here, it says machine status is not available. This will take few more minutes to make green. Now you can see it's turn on green. It means now the communication between this management server and this gateway is proper. So this way you can onboard any other firewalls. If you have multiple firewalls and that is supposed to manage via single gateway management server, then you can add, click on this, repeat the same step, new, and then gateway. By that way, you can add multiple gateways under a single management server, and you can define a policy for those gateway, or you can use a single policy for all the gateways. But it depends upon your network topology. So now you just go to the security policy. So as of now, there is no policy on this firewall or via this firewall. So by default, this policy will implemented means if you enable any firewall, it will start dropping all the traffic. So you can check that by doing a simple ping from your internal machine to outside any network. Let's see. But before that, you need to configure the external interface so that both the interface is up, routing is there, everything we need to check before doing that test. So as of now, we saw how we can onboard the firewall into the management server, how we can define policies, security policies, right? So what we will do before closing the session, we will add one policy where it says ICMP allowed. So we will go to the security policies. We will click on this icon, add rule above. This is add rule below. This is your icon to collapse, that is expand. Sorry, collapse and expand. Expand if you have suppose n number of rules and you want to those rules or those sections has sub rules, you want to collapse or you want to expand, you can see that. So let's go with this and make a on this, give the rule name here, ICMP rule, and we will put source as any, or you can put your internal LAN, it's up to you. So as of now I will do as any. So if you click on the left click on none, then you will have option, or right click is at this top, the down arrow you can see, switch to any. I can go to the destination part, click there, switch to any services. If you click here it will ask for any, but as said I'm just going to allow ICMP. So in that I need to click on this plus sign and then add the ICMP here, ICMP, search, then you will see the different ICMP request protocol. I will add this group, and then our M should be allow. If you click on this drop down arrow, you will have accept, drop, then more inline air we will discuss later, but just click on accept, and then track means just take a record so that if anything is crossing the file it will capture those traffic, log, and then publish. But before that you can see there is one more option, that is install on means where do you want this policy to be installed. So if you click here, if you see there is only one firewall, right? So I can select this specific wall, or I can leave it blank, because in my case I have single file, so I will leave it blank. Then again you can see the number of changes. Just go and click on publish and add description here, allowed ICMP rule, and then publish. Now any publish, you need to do the install policy. Install policy means this policy will be affected. So just go and click install policy. We will have a detailed session on each and every tab. This is just for your reference. So install policy will give you this option, because this is a standard. This is a policy name. You can see here a standard, that is a by default policy. Access control threat prevention type of policy, we will leave it by default as no changes. And this is a firewall name where this policy is going to be implemented. And you can check view changes or policy target if you have different firewalls. Now you can see here install mode, install on each selected gateway independently. If you have a cluster and you want this policy to be installed separately on both nodes, then you can select this, deselect this. Currently this is selected. It means if any of the cluster is not responding, this policy installation will be failed. So we will leave this as usual by and click on install. You will see the policy installation standard started, and now you can see in the top bottom, left side bottom, it will done in 1 or 2 minutes. You can see. So here you can see the policy installation failed. Close this. If you see this here, policy installation failed. If you want to know the reason, just go and detail, click on detail. It will give you the reason why it's failed. Here it says there is only one interface defined for this object, TGB. FW means my firewall name. At least one more interface must be configured. As said, we have only one interface as of now, so we cannot do anything until unless we have two interface, one as inbound and one is outbound. Then only it will able to do this anti-spoofing feature, or it will able to do this policy installation. But the process will remain same. This was just for a reference how you can do a policy installation. So that's it. So in next video we will see how we can enable and disable or change the interface or basic setting of the fire. Thanks for watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks. Bye.